Namaskara, this is Guru and welcome to Belesiri channel. So, can we reuse Cocopeat? I hear this question quite often, okay, during my workshops and during my guidance calls on weekly basis, live calls that I conduct with my students. And they do wonder, when they're trying to use Cocopeat as a medium and grow some plants. So they normally come up with this question like, can we reuse or should we throw it? So I definitely prefer you can reuse it. So that's a good news. Okay. For those who doesn't know what is Cocopeat, it's a very neutral medium that we use. We use low EC Cocopeat in our soilless farming, which is made out of coconut fiber and coconut husk. So, which is an excellent medium. We grow many plants using this particular medium. But when it's time to harvest, like tomatoes, you're growing, and after a while, after 6 months down the line, and you just try to harvest it, and what to do with the cocoa that's left out. So, whether we can reuse it, definitely yes. The answer is yes. So you can go ahead and reuse it, but not as it is. So what you have to do is you have to sanitize it under sunlight. So that's the first thing you have to do, because it could have been contaminated with lots of bacteria or any other worms in it, and so that it can carry forward the same disease, right? So please ensure that you sanitize it under sunlight, and I'll be showing how to do it in this video. So if you don't have lots of sunlight, you can just go ahead and use hydrogen peroxide also, around 3% concentration, and that's a good sanitizer. Okay, you can just soak that cocopeat in the water, which is around 3% hydrogen peroxide, and leave it for a day or two, and then you can just squeeze the water and reuse it. So it depends on many factors. If I say reuse it, if it depends on what scale you are doing the farming. So if it is around 1,000 or 2,000 square feet area, and you have around 1,000 bags or 2,000 bags, maybe it's easy for you to do it. It may be less laborious. But when you're doing it in acres of land, then it could become a laborious job. But obviously, you can save lots of cost, lots of amount in transportation, etc. But always, whenever you want to reuse cocopeat, you always have that risk of carry forward the old diseases or bacteria which were already there in the medium, or because you had been using the same cocopeat for over a period of time, and it could have had some contamination in it. So it's all left to you whether you want to really take that risk, or you can mitigate the risk by sanitizing it. If it is small scale or big scale, it depends on you. You can decide based on the situation. So there is no fixed formula here. When I say reuse it only if it is feasible, if it's working out for you. So if it is a small setup, or a medium setup, you can use it. Or if it's a big setup, if you think, instead of spending money on the labors, you want to just get the new cocopeat, fresh one, and then along with the grow bags, because there are several scenarios. Like we have certain grow bags, they come along with the cocopeat. So in that case, like long grow bags and all, you may not be able to take it out and reuse it, and it will become impractical. So Please think about it, and then if you think it is practical, then go ahead, but you can reuse, we do reuse a lot of Cocopeat. So another question, next question comes to the mind is, how many times we can reuse. So it's normally we reuse some 2-3 times until it becomes a little bit dark in color, and you should also smell it, if it is very stinky and also it could have been already contaminated heavily, so you may not, it's better you don't reuse it, because you may have lots of other issues going on. So just sanitize it using sunlight or hydrogen peroxide, and you can reuse it. But you have to ensure one more thing, when you're spreading it across on a plastic sheet, what you should be doing is you should take out all the contaminants in it. So there could be some roots, old roots that are present, or some leaves, or something else, some stems, old stems, everything you have to remove properly before you can sanitize it under the sunlight, or while sanitizing it under the sunlight. Hope this information was very helpful, and please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel for such useful information. And do let us know if you want to know something else in soilless farming. Feel free to comment below and let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Namaskar.